Assalamu alaikum, friends. Imagine if there was one powerful name of Allah that could completely transform your financial situation almost overnight. Yes, it sounds incredible, but it's true. In this video, we'll uncover a divine secret that has helped countless believers experience abundance, remove financial struggles, and invite blessings into their lives. This is not about quick fixes or magic. It's about connecting with Allah's infinite power and provision in the most sincere way possible. The name we are going to explore is Al-Ghani, which means the most rich, the self-sufficient. Understanding and invoking this beautiful name can open doors you never thought possible. Whether you are facing difficulties in earning, managing your wealth, or simply seeking barakah in life, this practice can create profound changes. Stay tuned as we explore how to call upon Al-Ghani correctly and unlock the hidden treasures of Allah's mercy. 1. Introduction of the name Al-Ghani. The name Al-Ghani is one of the beautiful names of Allah, which holds profound significance for believers. In Arabic, Al-Ghani literally translates to the most rich or the self-sufficient. Unlike human wealth, which is limited and dependent on external circumstances, the richness of Allah is infinite and absolute. This name reflects that Allah is entirely free of need and deficiency, yet He provides abundantly for His creation. Understanding this concept helps a believer recognize that all provision, success, and sustenance ultimately come from Allah alone. Al-Ghani is not merely about material wealth. It encompasses spiritual richness, contentment, and sufficiency. By invoking this name, a person acknowledges that no matter their current situation, Allah has the power to fulfill all needs. It encourages the believer to place complete trust in Allah's wisdom and mercy, rather than relying solely on personal effort or worldly resources. This recognition fosters humility, patience, and hope, which are essential qualities for attracting true blessings into one's life. Historically, the Quran and Hadith emphasize the importance of relying on Allah for sustenance and provisions. Calling upon Allah as Al-Ghani strengthens the believer's connection with the divine, reminding them that dependency on worldly means alone is insufficient. It inspires a mindset where seeking Allah's help is the primary source of comfort and success, while human effort complements rather than replaces divine provision. In essence, Al-Ghani is a name that reminds us of Allah's infinite generosity and sufficiency. Understanding and embracing this name sets the foundation for spiritual and material abundance, offering believers a pathway to both peace of mind and prosperity. 2. Significance of the name Al-Ghani. The significance of the name Al-Ghani lies in its profound spiritual and practical implications for believers. Recognizing Allah as Al-Ghani helps a person understand that all resources, opportunities, and blessings originate from Him. This awareness transforms the way one approaches life, encouraging reliance on divine provision, rather than succumbing to anxiety about financial or personal limitations. When a believer internalizes this truth, they develop a sense of security and contentment, knowing that Allah's sustenance is never exhausted. Al-Ghani also serves as a source of hope and motivation. In times of difficulty or scarcity, invoking this name reminds believers that Allah is capable of creating abundance from unexpected sources. It reinforces the understanding that no situation is beyond His control, and that He can provide for His servants in ways that surpass human imagination. This spiritual connection reduces fear of loss and cultivates a mindset of patience and perseverance. Moreover, the name emphasizes balance between effort and trust. While seeking livelihood and working diligently are necessary, the ultimate success and prosperity come through Allah's will. Calling upon Al-Ghani encourages believers to combine sincere effort with prayer and reliance on Allah. This approach fosters a holistic understanding of wealth, not merely as financial gain, but as overall sufficiency in health, relationships, knowledge, and contentment. By internalizing the significance of Al-Ghani, a person aligns their intentions and actions with divine wisdom. It reminds them to maintain gratitude, humility, and ethical conduct in all pursuits. Ultimately, acknowledging Allah as the self-sufficient nurtures both spiritual fulfillment and worldly prosperity, highlighting the inseparable link between faith and sustenance. 3. Method of practice for invoking Al-Ghani. Invoking the name Al-Ghani requires a combination of sincerity, regularity, and mindful practice. Simply reciting the name is not enough. The intention behind it plays a crucial role. When a believer calls upon Allah as Al-Ghani, it should be done with full awareness that Allah alone is the ultimate provider. This mindful approach strengthens the spiritual connection and opens the heart to receiving divine blessings. One effective method is to recite Ya Ghani consistently, ideally at specific times each day. Many scholars suggest reciting it 100 times daily, but the key is consistency rather than sheer numbers. It can be done after prayers, during quiet reflection, or even while commuting. As long as the focus remains on acknowledging Allah's sufficiency and mercy. The repetition helps instill a sense of reliance on Allah, reinforcing faith and patience in times of need. Another important aspect of practice is combining the recitation with sincere dua. While calling out Ya Ghani, a believer can ask Allah for specific needs, whether financial, emotional, or spiritual. The dua should be heartfelt and made with trust, understanding that Allah knows the best path for each individual. This transforms the practice into an active dialogue with the divine rather than a mechanical ritual. Additionally, reflection on one's blessings while practicing this invocation enhances its impact. Gratitude amplifies the effectiveness of spiritual practices as it acknowledges the already existing provisions from Allah. By integrating recitation, dua, and mindful reflection, invoking Al-Ghani becomes a comprehensive spiritual exercise, aligning the believer's effort with divine assistance and inviting both material and spiritual abundance into their life. 4. Additional spiritual actions. In addition to reciting Ya Ghani, incorporating other spiritual practices can significantly enhance the blessings and abundance that flow into a believer's life. One of the most powerful complementary actions is gratitude. Expressing gratitude for the wealth, health, and opportunities already present in one's life strengthens faith in Allah's continuous provision. When a person appreciates what they have, it creates a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity, which attracts further blessings. Gratitude can be expressed through daily reflection, prayer, or simple acknowledgement of Allah's favors throughout the day. Another essential practice is charity, or sadaqah. Giving even a small portion of wealth to those in need activates a spiritual principle where Allah promises to multiply provisions for the giver. Sadaqah is not merely an act of generosity, but also a means of purifying wealth and inviting divine barakah. By sharing with others, a believer demonstrates trust in Allah's sufficiency, reinforcing the invocation of Al-Ghani. In addition, maintaining ethical conduct in financial dealings is crucial. Honesty, integrity, and fairness in business or personal transactions ensure that wealth earned is blessed and sustainable. Wealth acquired through unjust means often lacks barakah and can lead to spiritual and material challenges. Finally, consistent prayer and reliance on Allah complement these actions. Seeking guidance on how to use resources wisely and making intentions to align actions with divine will ensures that wealth serves a higher purpose. When these additional spiritual actions are practiced alongside invoking Al-Ghani, they create a holistic approach, opening the doors to both worldly prosperity and spiritual fulfillment. 5. Expected impact of invoking Al-Ghani. Invoking the name Al-Ghani can bring profound and far-reaching impacts in a believer's life, both materially and spiritually. When a person sincerely calls upon Allah as the most rich and self-sufficient, it establishes a strong connection with the divine, which can lead to unexpected opportunities and solutions to financial challenges. This practice cultivates a sense of inner peace, as the believer understands that true sustenance does not solely depend on human effort or worldly circumstances. One of the most noticeable effects is the removal of financial anxiety. Constant worry about money and resources can weigh heavily on a person's mind and spirit. By placing trust in Allah as Al-Ghani, a believer experiences relief from this mental burden. The faith that Allah is the ultimate provider encourages calm decision-making and reduces impulsive or fear-driven actions, creating a more stable and balanced approach to earning and managing wealth. Moreover, invoking Al-Ghani often leads to unexpected barakah in income. Many believers report that their financial situation improves in surprising ways through increased earnings, new opportunities, or support from unforeseen sources. This impact is not limited to monetary gain. It can also manifest as a richer life experience, stronger relationships, and personal contentment. Finally, the practice reinforces spiritual growth. By relying on Allah for provision, a person strengthens their patience, gratitude, and humility. These qualities not only attract worldly blessings, but also nurture the soul, creating harmony between material prosperity and spiritual well-being. In essence, calling upon Al-Ghani can transform a believer's life, aligning both heart and livelihood with divine wisdom and mercy. Alhamdulillah, now you know the power of invoking Al-Ghani, the most rich, to attract blessings and abundance into your life. Remember, sincere faith, consistent recitation, and gratitude can open doors to sustenance you never imagined. May Allah bless you with endless rizq, barakah in your wealth, and ease in every aspect of your life. If this video inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to Intellect Deen for more Islamic reminders and guidance. I encourage you to comment below with your own dua or positive prayer, and let's spread the blessings together.